welcome back, y'all. We seem to have gotten the live stream working again. Just had to give OBS a quick restart. But I don't know, I panicked, so I figured it would be better to try that after the game so I could at least have the recording for YouTube. Um, so that's what I did. But we're back. Yes, go Ron. Woo! I'm gonna assume that that's his wife who very much wanted to see him on stream. So hopefully he can win. He's got a nasty, nasty list. It's very mean. Old T makes your tokens disappear. Ketsu makes your green dice disappear. It's good, fun stuff. Awesome. Yes. Ron said he was hoping he could play on stream just for you, so glad we could get that to work. Okay. Like I said, if something goes wrong, I'll have the recording. We'll put it on YouTube. You can watch it with him later. But hopefully we don't have to worry about that. Okay. Let me double check that I've got everything set up here. Welcome back to round 3 of the Central Texas Showdown here at the Game Closet in Waco, Texas. This is a very exciting match. Personally, I'm very happy to be streaming these two players. Ron and Taylor are local guys to me. Of course, Taylor is a dual squadron. He's part of Mavic Squadron in Burleson and also part of Mammoth Squadron here in Waco. So he's at home no matter which tournaments he's going to or local nights. So I know these guys well. I've chatted with both of them about these lists. I've played Ron against his list, so I should have a few more insights to share with y'all about it. Let's see, what do I want to do here? I got put in charge of the random time, so let's make sure I have that real quick before I talk about the list. My stopwatch. Alright. Don't tell anybody, but it's 75 minutes. No. It's fine. Okay. Let's look at lists. On Ron's side, he's got those pair of Fang Fighters, his favorite ship. The first one is Fen Rao, whose ability is at range 1. When he attacks or defends, he gets to roll an extra dice. So yes, that is a 5 dice primary, essentially, at range 1. And of course the extra dice combos really well with the Concordia face-off ship ability. So if he's in the front arc of the enemy ship, he gets an automatic blank or focus to evade. And of course Old T in the Fang has that same ability. Old T has, if you are, I'm going to look it up to make sure I have it right. If Old T is in the enemy's front arc at range 1, he can remove all of its green tokens just to make them disappear. Really good ability if he can get it off. Really preps the target to be lit up by the other ships. And then, him and Fen both have Fearless, so if they're in a face-off, head-to-head with another ship at range 1, they get a free blank or focus to hit. And then Old T has Clan Training, so basically can do a red focus action when he engages. It's 1 charge. He can get the charge back if he kills a ship. Homing Torpedo, that is range 1 to 2. You need a target lock to shoot it. Basically, the ship either takes a crit or you roll 4 dice. So, very scary, very threatening weapon there. And then Mando Optics, you can take a lock on something in your front arc during the system phase. And then also there's a bit on there about ignoring obstacles on enemies you have locked. Usually doesn't come up, but we might see it. They kind of brought smaller obstacles, so probably not, but who knows. Ketsu, Another very interesting ability at the start of the engagement phase. If you have a ship at range 1 that is in your front arc and your turret, it gains 1 tractor token. Then that can combo really well. If your attack hits and the defender is in your both arcs, they can gain a tractor token. So a chance to tractor a medium base with those two. Multiple ways to do it if you don't get the range 1 for the pilot ability. Though the title is not as useful because you can't use it on Ketsu Shot, but that's perfectly fine. Also has Fearless and Mando optics, as well as a crew Lats Razi. Oh, yeah. If you want to tell everybody, that'd be helpful. Can you yell it? Okay, thanks. Okay, starting the round. Lats says, while you defend, if the attacker is stressed, you may remove 1 stress from the attacker to change one of your blank or focus results to an evade. So helps keep that 2 dice big base a little bit healthier. Dalen, again, as we've seen a couple of times, can rotate 90 degrees. It's after you fully execute a maneuver, not after the barrel roll. I must have been thinking of someone else this whole time. Okay, but Alex didn't use it, so that's okay. So after you fully execute a maneuver, gain a stress to rotate 90 degrees. Very useful ability for getting the flank, as well as Predator. The enemies in the bullseye, you get to re-roll and attack die. Next up, for Taylor, we have a Resistance 4 ship list. The gimmick there is that Lando can basically guarantee that everybody does like 2 actions a turn, which can be very, very useful for these high initiative ships that want to do a lot of repositioning while also getting their mods. Oh, thanks, buddy. Yes. That B-Wing pilot whose name Netram Pollard. Yeah, okay, he's the one after the barrel roll. He gets to rotate for a stress. Okay, so slightly different abilities. I don't play very much Scum. I'm a Rebel player, so that's probably why I was thinking about it. But okay, we got these. We got Dalen over here, just kind of being an objective monkey. We got some zoom in Scum ships. They want to get to range 1. They want to put the paint on. Let's look at the resistance before we get too much here. I assume that's going to be that A-Wing needs to turn. That A-Wing did not turn away. Oh boy. Oh boy, that's not A-Wing. Oh jeez. What did you do? Alright, old T is red. Let me change that before. And then Fen is green. And then let me go see who's who for the A-Wings so I can get those colors correct. Alright, ZZ is green, the other one is blue. Alright, we have that updated on the overlay. Awesome, awesome. Okay, ZZ green, Talazin blue. Alright, we see a boosty boost, which is starting the shenanigans train for Taylor. Let's go ahead and read off some abilities here. Commander Poe, he or a friendly at range 2 can do an after they perform an action, they can do another action, treating it as red every other turn because of the charges. And Plasma Torps for 3 dice that can take an extra shield if it hits. Let's look at Lando last, because that's going to be a comped one. Talazin, if an enemy is in your bullseye, performs an attack, you can spend 1. If you do, they roll one fewer defense dice. Could really be detrimental to those Fangs who really need those green dice. ZZ, after you defend or perform an attack, you can spend 1 to gain 1 focus or evade. So both of those abilities are 1 charge reoccurring. We've got Protorps on Talazin, who can use their ability on them, which can really make them hurt. ZZ has Prockets, Lone Wolf, and Heroic, so can reroll all the dice if they're blanks with Heroic, can reroll 1 with Lone Wolf if they're far away from their friends. So really useful for the Procket, take the focus to trigger the Procket, and then still have the reroll opportunities there. So, and that is ZZ in green down at the bottom. So yeah, kind of trying to be a little bit further away from her friends. Probably going to Objective Monkey and go mess with Dalen over there. Alright, let's look at Lando and figure out how this works. His pilot ability says, after you fully execute a red maneuver or perform a red action, you may spend any number of charges, he has 3 with 1 recurring, to choose that many friendly ships at range 0 to 2. Chosen ships may perform an action even while stressed. So the potential to give 3 extra actions just with his pilot ability. Then with C-3PO, which adds a red coordinate and a calculate action. While you calculate, you can choose friendly ships beyond range 2 if they have a calculate on their action bar, which none of them do, so that's not the important part. The important part is that you get the coordinate action, and 3PO does have a second part. After you perform a calc or coordinate action, you can gain a calculate. So essentially 2 actions there if you're doing either of the actions 3PO granted. False transponder codes to knock off an early lock. Ablative plating. There's no friendly bombs, so just worrying about damage from obstacles. Raise Falcon, so you can sloop, boost, and rotate while stressed. And then Core Cella gets rid of all your stress tokens after you fully execute a blue maneuver. So basically, since the coordinate is red with C-3PO, that triggers Lando's ability. So he will coordinate, get a calculate, and then have the opportunity to hand out up to 3 actions. So just an action juggernaut. Of course, this scenario is lacking in scenario actions. It is assault at the satellite array. Whoever has the most ships at range 1 of an objective will score 1 point. Those large base ships will count as 2 when counting them up. We have even numbers. Ron has a total of 5 ship counts, and so does Taylor, so it'll just be interesting to see how they approach this. Kind of looks like Dalen might have barrel rolled himself out of range of that bottom objective, but he's got a much better approach onto ZZ, depending on where ZZ goes. Alright, let's see about the big part of the board here, where all the ships are just coming in. We've got Ketsu, who's just running right up in there, looking to make a mess. The Fangs are going straight, gonna boost around, hoping to get close enough to Talzin that the Protorps don't go off. Kind of hoping for the same thing from the Plasmas that Poe has. Of course, the Fangs do not have shields, so the extra taking of a shield from Poe won't be as relevant. Ooh, and Ron absolutely called it. ZZ was going straight, so would have to really be desperate and barrel roll just to have a shot. Probably, you could sit there and just take the objective. You could boost to try to arc dodge and take that other objective. Definitely some options. Alrighty, so we barrel rolled and boosted. So that's the ship ability. They can After they do an action, they can boost or rotate, and it is red. So we'll. It's hard to tell at this angle if Dalen and ZZ are going to trade shots. Unfortunately, unless Lando boosts, there'll be no Lone Wolf for ZZ, so that's kind of not great, but good move by Ron to really make ZZ think about where he wants to be. All right. Classic. When you go to move the big base, the ship and the peg can't stay on. That's great. All right, we have a very expertly placed boost that puts us right there next to the rock. Barely just missed bumping Ketsu. Barely just missed the rock. Well done. So I think Lando's ability does say even while stressed, so he is able to do perform an action. I think the only person to share actions with would be ZZ. Yeah, give him a token for the offense. Of course, with the ability, whether you spend it or not, you can always pick up a second token after you attack, which would happen. Should be really good. Oh, I forgot the timer. Alright, and then we're on turn 2. Ron does not have initiative. There we go. Let's clean up the overlay. Make it look nice. That's nice. Alrighty. Is the stream coming across okay for y'all? I want to make sure, hopefully it doesn't crash. We're just kind of at the mercy of the store's Wi-Fi, but it seems to be doing alright. Good enough anyway. Great. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Okay, so Taliesin is right where Ulti wants him to be, so we will see if we attempt some boost and barrel shenanigans to get out of that arc, but the problem is Fen is following right behind, so it's very possible you could boost and barrel right into Fen's arc, which would be even worse. I know Poe hasn't moved yet, but looking like a really nice, one straight or one bank. Depending on who he wants the target to be, could lock Ketsu for the plasma. Probably will just want to lock one of the fangs since the range is there. Alright. Taylor realizes, hey, if I stay here, I'm not going to get to keep any of my green tokens, so might as well just boost and barrel and hope to block Fen and then just not die. Let's see, how fast did Fen go? Oh, a desperate attempt for the bump. Denied. Oh, there's millimeters there, but plenty of room for Fen Rao to just take his focus, and Taliesin will have to hope that he doesn't get one-shotted. Alright. Sure enough, Poe did the one bank. I missed it. Yeah, Poe does look to be at range 1 of Ketsu, which is not great. Okay, I believe we locked Fen. Yes, okay. Locking Fen, taking the focus, start of engagement. Oh man, can Ketsu tractor Poe into range 1 of Old T to steal the focus? That's so mean. Oh, brutal, absolutely brutal. And now Old T and Ketsu are gonna have Fearless on a Poe with no green tokens who's tractored. Okay, they were saying, by the way, something, I'm not really sure what happened. Fen rolled 4 hits and a blank. Fearless for the 5th. Oh, man. Okay, so Taliesin is taking 3. Oh, man. What a... I mean, you didn't get one-shotted. I think that was the bigger concern here. Like, you're still alive. Jeez. But, yes, Andrew, Ron is absolutely loving Ketsu and the Fangs combo. He's been playing a while, but he has definitely found his list. Sometimes all it takes for players to kind of get to the next skill level is just finding a list that really works with their style, and Ron definitely has that here. He's won a lot of games with this list. It's very solid, very mean. It's just his kind of thing. So, alrighty, well let's see how much Poe takes here, because it's gonna be brutal. Alright, so that is Old T shot. We have 2 hits and a crit. I think Taylor got an evade. So that is... Or no, maybe he didn't, because he's got 3 shields. I'm just going to mark 3 shields down, because that's probably what happened. I'll go check in a second. Or I guess we'll see how many damage cards. Oh, man. Ketsu just rolled 2 hits, 2 crits after the Fearless. I think Poe just died. Yeah, Poe's dead. That was, oh man, brutal. Absolutely brutal. Yeah, that's just an incredibly good combo. You can tell Ron really knows this list. Just waiting for someone to drift into range 1, tractor make sure they're in both ranges 1s, gets Fearless to trigger, covers the blanks. Less green dice, Poe is gone. Alright, I believe that was Taliesin's shot into Poe. Did not... Maybe it was Lando's, but either way I don't think it was any damage. I'll check in just a second. Alright. Looks like Dalen lost a shield. Let's mark that. And then I'll go check the score. So I'm thinking maybe 1-1. It depends on where ZZ landed exactly. Alright, so I think this is Lando shot into Ketsu. Alright. Is that just a shield on Ketsu? Boy. Okay, they're counting objectives now. Let me, let me go see if it was 2-3 on objectives or the other way around. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, small consolation prize to Taylor. He did score 2 objectives to Ron's 0. Not really a good trade for losing a ship and then having another on 1. Oop, let me... What? Cannot access. Oh, man. Oh, I think we just lost the live stream again. That's unfortunate. Yeah, can y'all still hear me? Alrighty, well, I guess we are just sticking with the YouTube recordings for the second half of the games. Alright, well, that's unfortunate about the live stream. Still says I'm live though, even though I can't. No. Refresh. Says, y'all are down. And it's gone. and you can't hear me because I'm currently talking to the YouTube people who are watching a recording and not responding in real time. Okie dokie, let's just focus on the game. We can worry about all that stuff later. Alright, we have Dalen just kind of bouncing around here. Not going to take the focus? I mean, I highly doubt Zizi's going to be able to line up that Procket. And at this point, just, capping a few objectives isn't the worst thing ever. I believe the Lancer... I was going to guess it. I think it's got a 5k. But he didn't choose that. They do have a 5k if he would have liked to have done that. But nope. He's going to come bully ZZ. Which ZZ's going to have to give up that objective to get out of arc. Probably won't be at range 1 for the tractor shenanigans. But as we saw, it's terrifying of what this list can do. Alright. It's turn 3. Ron is once again first player. Yep, the Fang's just coming around. Not looking to boost in with old T here. Lando is coming around. Might have a range 3 unobstructed into old T. But considering there has been no damage, we'll probably look to shoot Ketsu. Very nice combo here. Did a white move, so kept the stress, but is able to boost with... Oh, it hits the rock. Never mind. Oh, maybe it doesn't. It looked like it did. But, yeah, able to still do boost actions, even while stressed, and so... Okay, I think they're saying that it did, in fact... Okay, so yes, so it did hit the rock. So useful information in the future. Don't do a 1 bank. Pretty sure the 2 banks are the blue things on there anyway. So that'll be fine for the future. Oh, I don't think that's right. I think I need to go tell him. Yeah, hold on a second. Alright. I stopped it pretty quick. Had to double check the wording on Lando's ability, but since it says you have to perform an action to trigger the ability, failing an action means that you cannot do abilities that are based off of you completing the action. So since the boost failed, He is unable to um, do Lando's ability, but it doesn't. All it does is mean is Lando doesn't get his focus because with the linked, or not the link, with the ship ability of the Resistance A-Wings, they can do a boost after an action. So ZZ basically ends up in the same spot and is about to proc-it Dalen in the face. Yeah, Ron should have done the linked focus with Dalen. That's just, I mean, me personally, you need your tokens for defense and offense. And even if you don't think you're going to take a shot, if there's even a chance, like Lizzie's out here with a proc-it, I'm not, I'm going to token up and just, if I have to do a blue maneuver next turn, then so be it. But yes, so really good move, good play by Taylor trying to bring things back. If ZZ can just delete Dalen with the proc-it, that could help turn things around just a little bit. Talzin's coming around. We'll see if Fenrau did the hard one. Nope. Did the what was it, 2 Talon on the Fangs? Yeah. 2 Talon for them. I don't believe that's range 1. Definitely won't have Fearless, so it's not impossible for Fen to kill Talzin, just very unlikely at this point. Woof. Fen has just utterly obliterated. It's a little hard to see the dice, but ended up with hit, crit into Talzin. Just absolutely brutal. Yep, Taylor is definitely fighting an uphill battle here. It'll be very difficult for him to come back now. And Old T will claim that corner objective. Ketsu's got the middle that will put Ron at 11, and it has been said that usually the first person to 11 will just win the game. I think that's another full string with a crit from Ketsu into Lando. Yep, we are down shields on Lando. The attack hits, triggering Ketsu's pilot ability. Not that it is worth very much on a large base ship, since Ketsu could only give out 2 tractors in a turn, so we'll never actually tractor Lando, but... Alright, another string of paint from Old T. Some more blanks on Lando's side. He will take 2 of the 3. Alright, time for Taylor to respond. Let's see if his dice can get some hits here. Alright, the proc-it. I see a few blanks. You've got Lone Wolf. Yeah, spend it. Nobody's shooting you. Nope, blank into blank. So only ends up with 3 hits. Won't be enough to kill Dalen unless one of those is a crit, and I can't see. Now I see an evade on Dalen's side, so I think he'll be taking 2. Okay, there was a crit. I think that's disabled power regulator. It's kind of hard to see. Could be important for later. Actually, if it is a disabled power regular, that's important now, because he'll be ionized because he hasn't engaged yet. Sure enough, yes, it is a disabled power regular. There's the ion. See, might as well have... Well, I think he rolled blanks and just one squiggle, so didn't really matter if he had the focus or not, but the stress wouldn't have mattered because now he's ionized. Alrighty. Lando's taking a shot, I assume, into Ketsu for hit crit. Indeed, it was into Ketsu, who spent focus for 2 to dodge the shot. Alrighty, well, some... And with Taliesin going down, I believe now Ron gets the 2-0 on the objectives. Really just widening that gap. Oop, nope. Sorry, Taylor doesn't get anything. Oh man. Just brutal. Alright, I think the lesson of this game is don't fly directly at Ketsu and the Fangs. It might sound like a cool rock band, but it is not worth the damage you'll take to your ship. But alright, let's see. What can Taylor do here? Dalen is ionized and facing a rock, so we pretty much know he's going to the left with that ion maneuver. That makes it a little difficult for ZZ because I don't think a 1 hard would fit in behind that. And you're stressed, so it's not likely that you'll be able to turn around in any meaningful way. So it might be up to Lando to try to finish that shot. Lando's probably going to make use of Core, doing 1 blue move to remove all of the stress tokens. I imagine a 2-bank. That should clear you over that rock there, clears your stress, and then you can boost or coordinate as you'd like. I think you do the coordinate, even though it would, ZZ wouldn't be able to take an action because it's red. You could set up a double modded shot with Lando because he would have a token from the red ability and then could use his pilot ability to get a target lock and put 3 double modded dice into Dalen, which might be a good idea. See, I don't know what you do with ZZ here. I mean, I guess maybe you hard turn, want nobody stressed, so then you won't have... Well, you'll still get your token from your ability for defense, so yeah, the 1 hard might not be a bad idea. It's not like you can mod your shot into Dalen. Alright, Ron has accepted Ketsu's fate and just barrels over the rock, trying to chase down ZZ. I don't think there's any way Ketsu will have ZZ in arc. He rolled a dice. Does Ketsu have a crit? Not sure. Rotating the arc. It'll make triggering the pilot ability and the tidal ability very difficult. But from the couple of times I've played Ron and seen him play this list, usually you just kind of get to the point in the end game where you're probably not, you're not going to get good shots lined up as you used to. So rotating the arc so at least you have a shot, even if it's not a great one, is better than nothing. All right, Ulti looking for a lock. Didn't quite have range to ZZ, so we'll be just putting it on Lando. We'll probably have Arc on ZZ if a hard one was dialed in, but if ZZ went straight, we'll definitely not have Arc. Of course, there's the 2-bank from Lando to clear ability. Won't be able to coordinate, but the red focus still triggers the ability. Yeah, but you can't do any more actions after a bump focus. Oh, it doesn't? It didn't bump? But he rotated. I don't know. I looked away. I can't see what tokens he has. We'll let him just play it out. Alright. Yep, ZZ banked away, cleared the stress. Oh, they can rotate. You know, I forgot about that. Yeah, definitely a good move. Just rotate, stays at range of that objective, probably claim it if you're able to remove Dalen from the board. I think, though, with the rotate from Lando, he probably won't have Dalen. So that'll be kind of rough, but... Alrighty. Fen boosted to get a range 3 shot. It is obstructed. I would not spend my focus if I was Fen, but Braun is choosing violence. Got one. So we have another on Lando. Ulti definitely doesn't have a shot. Ketsu definitely does not have a shot. So next up, we are going with... Oh wait, no, Ketsu rotated. So yes, does have a shot. Only one hit, was able to roll at least one squiggle. And he takes an evade with ability, just because. Don't want to forget your triggers. Looks like it was range 2, but he checked real quick. Yep, 2 dice, rolls natties. That's a great start. Can Dalen respond? I see dice getting moved. Focus spent. He does not take anything. Dalen escapes that shot. Ooh, and Lando does not have range on to Dalen after the rotate, which is unfortunate. I think it is range 3 obstructed to both ships. Remember, hiding behind the Shadowcaster, there is a larger asteroid, so they're just trying to peek and see what which is the shortest to shortest and see if it's obstructed. Alright, a couple of hits from Lando, plenty of evades from the Fang, which they had. Looks like they determined it was unobstructed. Alright, Dalen's shot into Lando. And Lando actually rolls natties to get out of it. Alright, they're saying Another 2-0 for Ron, just increasing his objective lead. Alright. Ketsu's hard turning. Gonna go Bully ZZ would be my guess. Dalen's in a rough spot. Fen can probably just go straight. I imagine Old T is probably 5 straight boosting to help Bully ZZ. ZZ's got to do a hard 2. Lando's an interesting choice because if Ketsu moves, then you're going to be somewhere very different than if Ketsu doesn't move. But yeah, Dalen just coming in, hoping to survive. Best case scenario, you bump Lando. Worst case, you die. Alright, we're on his first player again. Sure enough, there's the 5 straight. I foresee a boost in Old T's very near future. I think you're safe to boost with Old T because I don't think there's a way that ZZ can get RKU regardless of range. I mean, maybe with a desperate barrel roll rotate, but that doesn't seem very likely. Puts on the target lock. If it's not range 1, he will. He should do the homing torpedo. Have Ketsu shoot first. Try to strip the shields if you can, and then shoot with the homing torp. Alright, Lando is turning in. And that is indeed a bump into Dalen. So Dalen breathes a sigh of relief. Might not even have the range 0 to deal with. It's... actually, I think the line is right there, touching the base, so probably. But that's fine. Sure enough, ZZ pulling out the hard 2. I suppose you could boost rotate to get arc on Old T. The problem is that your ability happens after you defend or perform an attack, so you're going to have to defend once before you get your ability for a token. So is it better to just token up now than to try and get a shot into Old T? No. Taylor chooses violence. Hopefully ZZ's green dice can hold out for the initial shot. And Fen comes barreling. I think a barrel roll arc dodges Lando. Might get you range 1, but honestly just getting out of arc is probably more important. Because if you boost, then I don't think you'll have Concordia. Oh, he's contemplating the bank boost. Will he still have arc cutting across Lando's front corner and be in his front arc for Concordia if Lando clips Fen's back corner? So he is indeed doing the boost. I think, yeah, that was the right call. Gets you range 1, gets you Concordia. Get to Fearless too, I believe, because I think Fearless is just the front arc. Yeah, just front arc. It doesn't have to be firing arc. And yeah, same with Concordia, just the front arc, not the firing arc. So even though the bow tie is side to side, Fen will still get all of his mean things. Yep, Lando has perished. That is the end of him. Nothing the soul green dice could do. I think I must have missed some damage on Lando on the last turn. Sorry about that. But that is the game. I hear Taylor being a good sport though, and we're gonna finish it out. So Ketsu and OT will see if they can get the board wipe, as brutal as that would be. Alright, I believe that is a whiff on Ketsu. Oh, and you know, Ketsu wouldn't have been able to tractor ZZ because turret was out the side anyway. So, yeah, ZZ is probably fine here. ZZ's down shields. And the return shot won't be enough to kill. Braun rolls enough evades. That is the game. 2 more for Braun. Alright, I'll say it again. We have learned our lesson. Do not joust Ketsu and the Fangs. It does not end well. Yeah, not ending well at all. Oh, poor Taylor. That was not fun to watch. Beautifully played by Ron, though. He knew what his list wanted to do. He put his ships in positions to make it happen, and Taylor just did not have an answer for it. So that is the game. Thank you all for watching.